Lift your legs. Are your keys hooked on you good?
Yes.
Okay. Because if you lose them, there's no getting them back.
Shoot.
You're 350 feet off the canyon floor.
Whose idea was this again? If somehow, some reason, this line were to snap, I would die.
Thanks for showing up, dude. I know this was kind of expected, me calling you at 6 a.m. to head over here.
I'm not gonna lie, when you gave me the directions to just go in the middle of a random, forest, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, what are we doing? What's going on?
So can I give you a little hint?
Yeah, let's see.
We're going zip lining, because this is Rome Social.
No way, are you serious?
Yes, we are. We're going zip lining. 3 zip lines, 2,700 feet in the air. Are you ready for that?
I mean, I've done zip lining before, but it was like 100 feet in the air.
This is going to be much higher than that.
I'm not scared of heights, but I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Still a little nervous?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Welcome to La Jolla Indian Reservation and our zip line. All right, so as you see, these are full body harnesses. In order for you to get your feet into your body into here, I want you guys to find these 2 straps above the butt pads and put your feet through them, lift them up over the knees.
Oh shoot, look at this.
We're here to guide you. You guys have the fun.
Okay,
I'm here to
sounds
have
good.
fun,
Oh, we're gonna have some fun.
So go ahead and stand up. You're just gonna put your back to me, just like a backpack.
Okay. Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
No shoulder days.
Look at that.
And boom. Okay, nice and snug. Wedgie, okay?
Feels good. Oh yeah, feel great. Feeling good.
Wedgies are free.
Feeling
I got
free.
Your back. Alrighty, so you guys are all set. We'll be with you in a little bit once we get going. Enjoy your tour.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, man.
So are we really doing this right now?
We're doing this as soon as we possibly can.
You know what? I'm getting a call. I think I gotta go.
You just told me you didn't have cell service.
All right, let's do it. Look at this, dude.
Oh my gosh, this doesn't look real.
Oh my god. We're actually ziplining off a mountain.
From a mountain into a valley. Yeah, this is gonna be insane.
Whose idea was this again?
Sorry for making you do this, man.
All right, 2 hands on the bar. Lift your legs. Are your keys hooked on you good?
Yes.
Okay. Because if you lose them, there's no getting them back.
Shoot.
You're 350 feet off the canyon floor. Final check complete. Flyers left and right. Ready for launch on line 1.
Oh, see ya! Oh my god! Wow, my foot.
How was that?
That was terrifying and amazing at the same time. Hey!
Nice!
That was a perfect landing.
Thank you.
Like my
Reach out with the left hand to the ladder. Put your foot on the red step to stand on it.
Okay, got it.
3, 2, 1.
For 1 second, I wasn't sure if life was real.
You guys are making me work really hard for this.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty sick.
It's a full body
And then we
workout.
make you bark. We gotta kill that adrenaline rush.
That was great. How do you feel
did
about that one,
I was
man?
gonna say, how did you feel? Because
It was exhilarating.
I genuinely thought, I was like, shoot, if somehow, some reason this line were to snap, I would die.
Well, once I sat down and she like kind of threw
Whisked
me
you?
forward, I was like, wait, make sure that I'm double check it. Make sure I'm hooked in. So for people who don't know about you, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so of course, I don't know if you know, but I have a YouTube channel called Adventures with Eli.
Ventures with Eli.
No, I go on adventures all the time, but I really, if I come down to my core of myself, something that I love doing is just being creative.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always come down to when I've done ministry. I grew up in church my whole life. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay, yeah.
So I see my creativeness flow through ministry, through work, through friendships, and just honestly, I feel like that's where my gifting is. I do like videography, editing. I've worked on sets. It's just something I've always truly enjoyed.
One thing that we both have in common, and one of the reasons why we were connected in the first place and
Yeah.
ended up becoming friends, was you also share a passion for advocating for mental health awareness.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Like for me personally, like I said, I grew up in church, and even though I was so heavily involved in church, I still found myself very lost and confused. you know?
Absolutely, I do know.
It's crazy because you think your identity is in the church, but really it's not until you get to the core of yourself when you're alone where you realize, who am I? Like, the church doesn't define me.
Yeah, I think something that a lot of people struggle with in finding their identity is that they try to find it in people and in places.
Leaders,
friendships,
yeah.
family, relationships, but people are never going to fulfill that longing, and they're never going to fill that void of having an actual true purpose and having your identity in Christ. And once you understand that that's all you need, that's where that power comes from, and that's where you really understand what your purpose in life is.
The crazy part that, you know, that you're bringing that all up is because I even use church as a distraction from that in itself, which is crazy because, like, in church you're supposed to find yourself and who God called you to be and what are you going to be when you grow up? How's God going to use you?
Right now, go kill it. By the time you're 23, own a house, have a family.
They're over here saying, you're going to launch out and be a pastor, you're going to do this, or you're going to do that. But at the end of the day, I didn't even know who I was.
Exactly.
And I was using ministry as a distraction to not really get those core issues or things that are going on in my life, those struggles.
Yeah.
But I was being surface at church. I went so gung-ho for church that I kind of lost myself in church. And I'm not going to say I was fake, I was myself, but I just never got deep enough to see, shoot, I have struggles, I have issues, and I'm not tackling.
Woo! How you feeling so far? What you thinking?
I'm just trying to figure out where we are.
Heaven.
No, honestly, I was tripping out because, you know, I've been ziplining, but that was pretty extreme.
It's pretty insane, I know. I've never done anything of this magnitude at all.
How many feet up in the air were we?
You guys were 600 feet on this.
600?
600?
How many stories is that? Way too many for me.
Way too many. Enough to make me fear for my life.
It's crazy too because I've skydived before, and yet this was a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's like the ground is much more closer.
It makes sense.
Like,
you can see it.
You know, yeah, you can see.
So how you feeling about 2 more?
You know what? Let me mentally prepare myself. Yeah, I'm good.
Becoming a natural.
2 hands on the bar.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and take a seat, lift your legs.
He's a pro at it now.
Let's do last one down buys lunch.
Deal.
Ooh, all right.
That's not fair. I think you're heavier than me.
And speed. Uh-huh. Yeah! Come on. Come on. Oh no, I'm gonna run! Just get me right there. I'm gonna run. Come on. Did I win? Because I'm pretty sure I won.
That means I have to buy you lunch.
Go ahead and reconnect this right back to your harness. It'll hang by your side. Good job, guys.
Thank you very much. Woohoo! I feel great. I am the champion.
You know, Christian, I was gonna buy you an expensive dinner, but now that I just realized my bank account, the way it works is I don't think I have enough money to cover.
All I'm hearing you say is I get free lunch.
Yeah. Dollar menus on me.
Oh, perfect. That's honestly all I would get anyway.
Something that I wanted to ask you about was you brought up that you were in ministry for 10 years.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your past and how being in that environment for so long and all the other issues that come with life and being in the entertainment industry and working in church, how that affected you in your mental health.
It's crazy because, like, you got one side, which is the church, which is be humble, work with people, don't ask, too many questions, just do what God wants for your life. You can't even have a relationship, like, don't even think about it right now. Right. And then you have working in LA and an influencer life, which is like, show off your new car, who are you dating, are you hot enough, and that's like, it's crazy because you have to balance between, okay, who I am as a person, but also too, you got to be careful of getting influenced, I remember being there for some of my friends who you would think have it all, but really deep down, it's like, am I truly happy? You know, and it's because of either what life put them through or what they're trying to do isn't coming out as they want.
And you don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know what their past issues were, what they're struggling with. I mean, you have no idea. You just see that surface level.
And one thing that's crazy, because I also went to film school, and they always said people connect over each other's struggles. So when you watch a movie and you cry, it's because you relate with that person and their struggles.
Yeah.
So kind of knowing that, I've really learned to connect and be transparent and be like, this is what I'm going through. Like, are you going through something similar? Tell me what's going on in your life. Transparency is key. And I think too, I was missing that in church. Like, I had these leaders and I was not transparent at all with them. I would just keep it surface, but it's also too, it's like what you give off is what you're gonna give back, you know?
Right.
I think church kind of gives off this persona where it's like, oh, don't talk about those certain things, but we could talk about this. And I don't think mental health is talked about enough. I don't think depression, suicide, anxiety is talked about enough. So once you see that like church maybe isn't filling that void, the world is gonna find a way to help you fill that void. And I would find myself, you know, like, okay, I do wanna live this life, but I also wanna live a pure and holy life.
Yeah.
But also too, I'm not satisfied in church and I'm not satisfied in life. And I found myself in a really dark place of where I had to see a therapist and nobody knew. But I went to a faith-based therapist for me personally. And I was on the break of thinking about suicide again. And I haven't thought about suicide since I was in high school. And here I am in my like 25, so depressed, you know, scared to tell my parents about anything, couldn't be open to tell my leaders anything at church. It wasn't until I had to go to a complete stranger and let them know, like, this is what I'm going through, you know, because I was scared about what the church was gonna think. And I was afraid my friends were gonna judge. Yeah. Like, how can you be depressed, but yet you go to church all the time? And then if I tell my LA friends, they're gonna be like, dude, I don't think that church is good for you, but it's not that, it's my relationship with God wasn't there. Oh shoot, is that the next one?
Oh yeah, we're right here.
Okay, they said this was the steepest one. I'm not gonna lie.
Shoot, I almost fell over that rock.
Dude, you're gonna fall over this canyon.
Why would you put that on me?
Oh, in a good way, in a good way.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah,
thanks,
yeah,
I appreciate it.
How many flights of stairs are we going up already? We're ready on a canyon?
I know, I'm gonna check my health up after this, see how many steps I took.
Yeah, I was gonna go to the gym, but this is enough.
This is a leg workout right here.
Enough
do
heart beating, cardio working, you know.
All right, guys.
See you, Christian. I'm going down first. Dude, there was this guy that was ruining the view the whole time.
What?
Oh, there was this guy who was ruining the view. I think it was you.
Dang. You called me annoying and ugly.
Like, imagine seeing this beautiful view and then I see Christian on the side.
Eli, 3 zip lines, 2,700 foot drop. How are you feeling right now, dude?
I'm just catching my breath from the beautiful view still. No, honestly, my eyes are watering because we were flying so fast and so steep down that I was just like, it's so beautiful to it. It really is, because like, how often do you get to just like fly through nature, especially over the water?
If you look right over here, that first zip line that we went on up top, we traveled all the way down here.
It's like a journey, huh?
It is like a journey.
Damn, that's metaphoric.
It's like life. Life is like a journey.
You go through the hills, through the valleys, over water.
Wow, very biblical.
I'm not gonna lie, it was beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
I think it's really dope, not only to like share stories with others, but to really just continue to open up yourself. I feel like nowadays everyone's so surface.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to just have someone that you can just go to and really relate to and be like, hey, am I crazy for feeling like this?
Exactly.
Or what I'm going through? What about you?
No, I think honesty is huge in any relationship, and being able to be vulnerable to your friends or your family or whoever you're dating, I feel that's just a huge part of life. Especially doing something like this with a friend. I mean, this is as vulnerable as you can be, hanging in the air, not being able to control yourself.
Yeah, the fact that I entrusted you with my life to go down these vulnerability.
It really touches my heart, man. All right, ready to head back and get out of here?
Let's go, my legs are still shaking.
You've talked a lot about your past and your story, and I think a lot of people can really relate to a lot of stuff that you've said. People who are struggling with their identity. What kind of advice would you give to those people who are saying, that's me, I was in that exact same situation, or I'm currently in that situation, and I don't know what to do?
The thing that really helped me out, and I think you should do with every situation, and it sounds so basic, but I genuinely prayed. Like, I prayed and was like, you know what, like, God, is this what you want for my life? Is this where I'm supposed to be? I'm not happy. I think too, one thing is the stigma of maybe even going to therapy or getting help, because, you know, they tell you, like, oh, talk to your leaders about it or talk to your friends and parents, but I needed professionals to talk to me, and to be honest, it was the best thing that I ever did.
Oh, me too.
And decided.
Me too.
But again, it's not talked about enough in church, you know? And that's was the scary part. I felt like I was doing something in secret, but all along I was just trying to help myself,
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But like, one thing I have to remind people and myself is that they're not gonna have the answers, but just opening up is already making a big, I was gonna say mistake, is already
Opening
making
up is a huge mistake.
Opening up is a big step.
Yeah.
And it's just that transparency, and like, again, coming back to it is like transparency, honesty, open, vulnerability, as we were saying on the zip line.
Yes.
We were vulnerable going down that zip line, but you know, I thank God for moments like this, and
Of course.
just even
absolutely.
you giving the platform of talking about issues like this.
Dude, thank you for coming on the show and agreeing to fly down zip lines and scream and walk across lakes.
I thought you were gonna drown me in it, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, see, I couldn't do it on TV.
Once the cameras are done,
Exactly.
You're
How
going
about we start heading back and see if we can get some lunch?
you said lunch was on you, right? I thought I heard right.
Pretty sure you lost, but we'll see.
All right, let's go.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching, and a huge thank you to Eli for coming on the show and doing this crazy zipline adventure with me. I want to share a little bit about our heart behind Rome Social and what we want to do with this show. The reason that we're out in public doing these things is that we want to make sure that our struggles are out in the open and that we can destigmatize mental health related issues and mental illness among all people in all age groups. If any of you guys are struggling, please leave us a comment, message us, DM us, let us know what you are dealing with. We have an entire team of people that are ready to take your questions and ready to give you guys answers. We want to make sure that everybody feels safe here, everyone feels that they have a place here, and that we can all talk about things that we're struggling with. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.